Morning Year 4 and welcome to your reading on Tuesday the 2nd of February. Our learning today is still the skill of explaining, but we're going to be explaining the effect of specific features. So the features that the author chooses to include. So to be successful today, we're going to consider the effect on you as a reader, consider the features that SF Sage chooses when writing, and underline the key information in the question. So for your starter, can you write a sentence? So this is thinking to yesterday's lesson with our vocabulary. Can you write a sentence with the word goaded in? Can you remember what that meant? Okay. I'll tell you that goaded was to annoy somebody, trying to upset them. Okay. So to annoy them, trying to get a reaction. And then for your challenge, if you want to write another sentence, can you include the word toppled in your sentence as well as goaded? Pause the video and write it down. Okay, right, is it only words that help us read and understand? Or is there anything else that helps us? What do you think? Let's see. Well, no. So what else does help? Other things, of course, in some books we have pictures and diagrams. If there weren't any pictures, we also have things like punctuation, the type of print, and expression can help us explain the meaning and build understanding, okay? And then how do we show things like expression? How does an author show that? Well, let's find out. Let's look at these features. So match the use of punctuation and grammar to the effect it has on the reader. So you need to pause the video and draw lines or match it up. Now, you can do this on Teams, okay? So I've put this and the next two tasks all on Teams. So once you've watched this video, go back and annotate the work on Teams. Make sure you're saving it when you send it in so that we can see it. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the answers to this now. If you don't want to listen, just skip ahead. So fronted adverbial, hopefully you should all remember, is a verb that shows time, manner, frequency, or place at the beginning of a sentence. A comma, which we've done last week, when we looked at commas. That's used to separate a list of items or as a natural pause in speech. An exclamation mark is used at the end of a command or exclamation to show feelings such as surprise, shock, and excitement. And these marks here, that we call inverted commas, are to show speech. So let's reread chapter 7, and while you're doing that, find and write down 2 examples of exclamatory sentences, a sentence ending in an exclamation mark. And then I also want you to think about speech being a huge feature of the chapter, and why is that? Okay, so reread chapter 7 to yourself and write 2 sentences down that end in exclamation marks and think about why speech is so important. So remember, you're reading to yourself today. You can read out loud or in your head. So I'll just show you all the pages again. Okay, did you find those exclamation sentences? Exclamatory sentences. Always forget to say it like that. So there's one down here, strike me. Probably call it a phrase rather than a sentence, to be fair, but that's okay. And there's wait. Again, a word rather than sentence, but that's still okay. Okay. So let's think about then, let's go on to speech now. Let's think about how the author has created and demonstrated each character. So how does the author use speech to demonstrate Varjak's confidence throughout the chapter? Okay, so think about how Varjak's confidence changes. You might want to pause and have a discussion. But let's look at the speech and let's think. So can you match these parts of the sentence to an adjective that describes how Varjak was feeling? Okay, I'll show the answers to that in a minute. Then another feature of the chapter is similes, comparing two unlike things. So why do you think the author uses so many? True or false, work out which phrases are similes and which aren't. Okay, so you just need to write a true or a false next to it. So the air smelled like cinnamon. Varjak's pulse beat a little faster. With silver blue fur like starlight. His amber eyes flashed. Can you find any more similes in the chapter? And again, this is all on the team's assignment that you can fill in. Okay, are you ready for the answers? So, I want to learn the way. He's hopeful. My family son were disgraced to the name of Jalal. He's feeling very embarrassed. Did you know Jalal? He said. That was right at the beginning. He said, and that he's full of excitement. So he's excited. And this one, I already know about the way and I feel just the same. He's despondent, okay? He feels like giving up. And then the similes, the air smelled like cinnamon is true. Varjak's pulse beat a little faster. That's just an explanation. It's not comparing anything, so that's false. With silver blue fur like starlight, it's true. And his amber eyes flashed. Again, that's just saying what happened. It's not comparing the eyes to anything, so it's false. Okay, so well done for thinking about all the different features and the different ways that authors tell us the story using similes, speech, and what was the other one? Different types of punctuation. Okay, fantastic. And we mainly focused on exclamatory sentences, didn't we? I think we'll have to find a few more chapters for those ones because there weren't as many as we would have liked in there. Unless you spot any I haven't seen. I think we all say that speech was the main feature. Literary device, we often call it. Okay, fantastic. Right, see you for tomorrow's lesson where you'll be looking at these literary devices and features again, but we will apply it to chapter 8. Okay, fantastic. Bye-bye.